She's right there.
Hi.
Tell everybody you're talking to America. Tell them good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, what? Good morning, America.
One. And what's up, baby cakes? It is the John and Ron show. Our producer, Vicious Vic.
Victorious Vic.
Yeah, that's right.
Victorious Vic.
I'm Genghis Don, and
I'm Righteous Ron.
yeah, and what have you been doing? What did you do this morning? I'd like to know.
This morning, we went and got some stereo stuff for Fire's car stereo.
Yeah.
And we went to store to get some medicine. And then we went to my son's house and saw my son and his old lady. And his
That's definitely
grandkids.
important.
That was important.
That's definitely
Didn't
important.
stay that long because I had to rush back get here because we got a
You got to show
hot date with some hot chicks later on this afternoon.
Well, not that hot, but they are important people.
Oh, they're hot.
VIPs. They're
hot.
VIPs.
And they're hot.
Well,
Don was going to let us know what they talked about in church this morning.
since this is a Sunday morning, well, it's going to become a Sunday afternoon in less than half an hour. But I mean, some of the sermon basically it's the 25th anniversary of the church that I attend, and it's about giving up everything to Jesus. You know, you just can't give up this area; you have to give it up.
But you know,
Since we're talking about religion, I want to point something out. Every country that's lost religion has failed. They have vanished. The Mayans.
Who wants to be the next Nero? Who wants to be the next Stalin? Who wants to be the next Castro? Who wants to be the next Mao?
Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Putin's on his way. He's killing
That's
civilians
the
as we speak.
That's the answer I got.
But here's the thing. But I'm no fan of Putin. But here's
I
the
hope not. Don.
No.
but we gotta tell the truth here. Putin is a patriot for his country, and what he's doing with Ukraine, like it or not, he is taking back what he thinks belongs to Russia's old glory when they were the
To
Soviet
me, a
Union.
patriot is somebody who defends their country, not somebody who invades another country.
He's trying to expand his country.
He already had it. He broke it up.
No, he didn't. Boris Yeltsin did.
Well, it's broken up. It's not his country anymore.
But he believes that it
But
is.
that's not a patriot.
He
That's a
certainly
tyrant.
can't. He certainly can't. Russia is not exactly open to embracing democracy, especially like ours.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they're not fun to ever.
They're authoritarians, whether it's the czars or whether it's the Soviet Union. That's who they are.
And I wouldn't exactly call Biden a patriot either. To tell you the truth.
Definitely not a patriot.
I would agree with you, but he is a well-rounded career political figurehead.
Yeah, and that's all he's got.
I mean, he does dumb things, but he always landed on his feet. And
What was that?
and in the final moments of his life, he attains one of his all-time goals: to become president of the United States.
A quote from Obama is something like, "Never underestimate Joe Biden's ability to fuck things up." And here we are.
Well, and you know what? But you know what? If you're Obama, he's a godsend, or whatever God you serve believe. He's a great gift to you, as well as Jimmy Carter.
Obama was a great gift to who?
Biden is a great gift
Oh,
to Obama and Jimmy Carter. They are not the worst presidents of all time. Biden makes Obama look good, as Obama made Jimmy Carter look good.
and that's not good.
And at least with Obama, much of your African American community that has bought into the Democratic Party Kool-Aid, and I'm not a Republican, I'm a conservative. Let me tell you right now. You'll say he's the greatest president of all time, and we name some certain things with him. He's the first African American president. He'll have that bragging right for the rest of time.
Yeah, voted in just because he was black.
That's right. And
all the promises he made to
and
the black people
McCain-
that he did not keep.
and McCain and Romney were weaker candidates.
Yes, they were.
Very much.
They were
Especially
garbage.
Jane.
I didn't want
I mean, back then I voted for them. I mean, but if Romney ever ran for president again, I won't vote for the Democrat, but I will use the white and blank. I will use the white and blank. I'll see what the third party options are.
Yeah.
I will protest the vote. Call it throwing it away. This is Duverger's law. You know, most political candidates run by that. They seek to win. And sad thing is, voting for the lesser of two evils is just that.
Still voting for an evil. I don't let my daughter buy these.
Why?
Because they dress like sluts.
Yeah.
These LOL,
Bad news.
they
big
dress like sluts. Fishnet stockings for little children. Are you
Fishnet-
kidding me?
But
This
we
is what
will-
we're making for our kids.
We will sell them though.
We're gonna sell it though. To a
But
liberal.
not to children.
Well, they're for children.
And I thought Bratz was bad.
Rats
Yeah,
was bad.
This is the upgraded Bratz, dude.
Upgraded Bratz.
It's terrible. I will
My
not let
God.
my daughter.
But
do it.
then so is
Five of those things.
But then again, so is Barbie in the first place. She is thin as heck.
Yes, that is
And very
something we
sexy.
should address. The our culture these days, it objectifies women and make them look pretty. It gives these children a view of how they should look to be accepted in our society.
Yeah, but Barbie's not going anywhere.
No.
She's here to stay.
That's at least the lesser of two evils.
They also made appropriate clothes for Barbie.
They did.
She was a nurse.
She
Yes.
wasn't wearing all hooker stuff like this.
And there were some Barbie dolls that were modeled after real life men and women.
People, yeah.
Yeah, they have a few
Pocahontas.
Olympic ones as well.
Yeah. Well, we spent so much on Biden. I mean,
Yeah, we're
How
through
much
with
have
that
you-
guy.
how much have you retained of the State of the Union address?
I got a few things.
Well, let's hear what you got to say.
Well, so Biden talked about reducing the cost of insulin and epinephrine, stuff like that. But Trump
Which would be
did
a great
that.
idea.
Trump did that in his presidency, and they finalized the rule December 23rd of 2020 to reduce that for certain patients. And then the Biden admin, when they got into office, they delayed it twice. It finally became effective in July 2021.
We hardly see righteous Ronnie. Move a little closer, buddy.
It's yet to be implemented, so it's there. Just our government hasn't implemented it because the rule would have resulted in excessive admin costs and burdens on healthcare centers.
Which we have enough of already.
And then let me throw in there. I think he's still mentioning on how the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare is kind of working on reducing the cost, but I mean, there's still skyrocketing up in a lot of places. I mean, we gave the Democrats the advantage back when Obama was president for the health care reform, and he was able to succeed in getting that. The only thing that Trump has done is roll back the individual mandate, and we have yet to see, and yet Biden hasn't tried to bring that back, or something, to the best of our knowledge.
But in the State of the Union, Biden said that he would do this insulin executive order.
Yeah,
It's
but
already been done. He literally parroted this whole thing, this whole State of the Union from Trump's campaign.
yeah, well, and now he's trying to take credit on that. I mean, most of them do. So he'll change the script just to Make himself look good.
Oh, and he said,
We'll edit that out.
Build
Don't worry.
America Better is his new little. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This guy couldn't make up his own stuff if he tried.
Well, he's calling it something. He's calling it something else right now.
Yeah, that's the whole key to it. Call it something else.
An infrastructure plan or something, or. But we have. I think it's the bipartisan infrastructure law. That's what he called it.
Bipartisan. You mean fueled by Democrats and rhinos?
Which is pretty much I think that's the new word for
Republicans
BBB.
in name only.
Yeah, of course that is. But I think this bill. I think right now BBB is now called the infrastructure law. I think, and they're going to rename things just to change.
Build back better.
Build. Yeah, that's correct. So that's what's going to be happening. But we'll see if that passes. You know, it's a change of tactics. You kind of have to see.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that could be called the new BBB is the Innovation Act, making investments in newer technologies and American manufacturing via government investment,
I got
tax money.
a quick question for you, Don. Would a patriot go to another country and kill citizens?
That he's trying to save.
What are you talking? Okay, what are you talking about?
Talking about the people who aren't in the military that are getting killed in Ukraine. Would a patriot do that?
I wouldn't recommend any of our citizens go over
It's
to
a yes or no
Ukraine.
question, Don. Would a patriot do that?
Don't get
It's a
involved.
yes
no,
or no question,
don't get involved in their war, okay?
I'm
No.
trying not to, but you called him a patriot earlier, and I debate that.
Oh, I call Putin a
Yeah.
patriot, but he was a patriot to his own
It's a
country, not
yes
to
or no
America.
question, Don.
I don't really think he's a patriot. He thinks he is.
You called him one, though.
I don't think he is. He thinks he is.
You're backtracking, Don.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
He thinks he is. Well, that's fine.
I
I think he's a lunatic.
but I don't think he's really a madman. He knows exactly what he's doing.
I don't think he knows exactly what
Well, he
he's doing.
fumbled real early on.
And he's conquered. He's
paying
claimed.
for that right now.
He's claimed a few cities. He's claimed a few cities.
Two out of
I
how
don't
many?
want him to win.
No.
I don't want him to win. I don't want him to take Ukraine. Believe me. But I think we agree that we don't want to put our boots, as in Americans, on the ground there.
No.
You know, Russia is attacking the civilians that it says it's trying to save from the neo-Nazi drug addicts. The Russians have just taken control of Ukraine's second largest nuclear plant.
Yes.
Russia has blocked access to their citizens to Facebook, Twitter, BBC, all those news organizations that are
course.
selling propaganda
Because
against Putin.
it's a military operation that they're doing in the Ukraine, according to the Russian news. They're not going to turn on their Lord and Master there. They don't want to go to prison for him.
Right. So now Zelensky has asked NATO for a no-fly zone over Ukraine for Russia.
Yeah.
NATO has rejected that because, and their reasoning was, it would have no effect because of the boots on the ground and the artillery.
Big effect.
They should have done it, and I think NATO wants Russia to win this war, and it's not a coincidence that the president of NATO is
how
Russian.
does NATO benefit? I mean, NATO. I'll be right now. They answer to the United Nations. They answer to the United Nations first and foremost. They don't see a problem with a one world government in the long run and all that stuff.
Putin's committing war crimes. We have a responsibility to act on that. The Geneva Convention. reports saying this could be propaganda from either side, that Russians are using vacuum bombs in Ukraine. Highly illegal in war.
I've heard about that.
But it's only a report, and it's probably your Ukrainian propaganda. Just like when Russia was attacking the second largest nuclear plant there, Ukraine made it seem like they could have a massive meltdown, but there was no damages like that. And there was no risk to that. It was purely propaganda. Now Russia did take control of it.
Yeah.
There's propaganda coming out of both sides, and we do not know what is going on.
Exactly.
The videos
But
do show proof of what has happened.
But what we can do is keep the Ukrainian people in our thoughts, in our prayers, and we hope for the best outcome possible
For Ukraine.
And
Ukraine and for everybody else.
as long as Zelensky stays alive and in that country, his citizens will still fight. The moment he dies or leaves, they will lose all morale and
Because
give
he,
up.
like I said, unlike Biden, is out there fighting with his country.
Mm-hmm. He was the voice actor for Paddington the Bear, or whatever.
He was an actor. He was an actor.
He was on Dancing with the Stars.
Their version, but the Ukrainian version, and as well as a Ukrainian drama. He was an actor turned politician.
And now he's giving Russia a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, but the question is it enough?
And
Is
so,
it really enough?
meanwhile, all this is happening. We have China watching to see what the response will be to this. And so far,
And China,
we've sanctioned them.
China.
and China, listen, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but important thing to remember is that China is looking to take Taiwan back, which they feel belongs to China just as much as Russia feels that Ukraine belongs to Russia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, China's already taken back Hong Kong,
Yes. Yes, they have.
you know, and and basically you're going to have a puppet government in Hong Kong that's loyal to Xi Jinping.
Because they don't want to die. So, South Korea is about to have a big election
You know?
here in a couple days, and North Korea decides they want to test their ballistic missiles.
The day
Yeah.
before.
Yes, intimidation.
Not cool.
What do you got to say about that, Dom?
Well, North Korea is going to do what North Korea does.
That's right, they are.
Probably one of the biggest reasons why they make the South Koreans serve a couple of years in their military.
Gotta be
ready.
That is a fact.
You got to be ready.
I kind of have been looking at K culture in a couple of years just as a side in the hobby, just because it has a cult following here in the States. And you got some of the bigger acts doing well, like BTS, that boy group that's done
Oh my
quite well
God.
here in the States.
I don't know why. It sucks.
1 sec. Righteous Ron's got to get ready. He's got a hot date today. He's got about 10 minutes to get ready.
Yeah.
I know I probably can't get much sexier in this, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, but unlike a lot of pop music here, the record and entertainment companies actually have more power in forming these groups, training these groups,
And promoting them.
and promoting them. I mean, they're more manufactured than New Kids on the Block or the Platters. The companies do this, and they own and I think they own the names to these group names.
Oh, most definitely.
And before you had BTS, you had the biggest vocal group in K-pop was a group called Girls' Generation, which had 9 members in the group. Although one of them left due to a little controversy, she wanted to get into some other businesses and all that, and she was ran out of the group. I mean, but apparently she crossed her T's and dotted her I's, but it wasn't enough. She has written 2 books of fiction based on her life experiences. One is called Shine, and there'll be another follow-up book coming out in May, so look for that in the stores. Her name is Jessica Jung, and that's how you pronounce it. You say the J is not silent. You know, it's Jessica Jung. She was a member of Girls' Generation, and she can't mention the name of the group she was in, but, you know, she seems to be doing fine as a businesswoman, especially her own fashion company and that stuff. That would be somebody we would love to interview.
So now, in lieu of Russia attacking Ukraine and China hostile against Taiwan, Japan wants to host U.S. nuclear arms in their country. China has a problem with that, of course.
Do you think?
I mean, it's just there's also politicians in Japan that do not want that.
Is there anything else in the union that we forgot to mention that we should be discussing?
Oh, Biden wants to cure cancer.
Oh, I heard about that one. I mean, so we have to invest more money to cure cancer. I mean, we've been trying to do that for years.
Yeah.
We might want to be doing it now.
You said,
Are we recording?
you said
Yes.
before.
All right, we'll start.
We already started.
You
Keep
no,
going.
no, no.
you gotta do that.
Okay,
Well,
we'll
we're
start.
We'll get back to it, Don. We'll get back to it.
All right, we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
And it's time once again for the Don and Ron show. And this is actually going to be a special edition because in just a few moments we're going to talk about Ron and him meeting up with his daughter that he hasn't known for so
Sydney.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to hearing all about that this time.
There's a lot to talk about.
And Righteous Ron, got a lot to talk about. I'm looking forward to this. So not too heavy on the news and commentary this time around, but I got a few things I do want to cover. And our producer, Vic.
Victorious Dick.
Yeah.
Proud father here.
Yeah.
You baby.
Woo!
We both got blessed with a couple girls, didn't we?
Yeah.
Beyond.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, it just took him a while for Righteous Ron to know his baby girl when she's all grown up. But I'm looking
She
forward.
is all grown up. Well, no.
Well, yeah, well.
Age-wise, but definitely not grown up on fire.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No,
No,
not
sir.
at all.
And if you're very good, we got a special guest at the end of the show that would like to talk briefly to us.
Wonder who that is.
Rhymes with tire.
Yeah. But first, we do have to go over a few stories that are kind of big right now. And I mean, one's a
I'd
sports.
rather talk about Bill Clinton for a while again.
Well,
It was a
That's
much
why I
be-
turned it
It was a
on.
much better conversation. You know what? Joe Biden, as you said earlier, is sitting in the Oval Office.
this was before we went on the air, of course.
No, we were on the air the whole time,
Sniffing chick's hair.
right? Or no?
That's
No.
what he's doing.
So now we're, yeah, exactly. Same.
Well,
same
let's
thing out there.
let's catch the people up. If you haven't been following the news, the New York Times.
Doing it again.
The New York Times has admitted that they were covering up the scandals of Joe Biden's son Hunter in a way
Hunter.
so that they can help their guy, Joe
Yeah,
Biden,
marijuana.
reach across the finish line. Really?
No, it's not.
It's on.
Fake news.
Talk about something else, Don.
It's all fake news.
No, it's not. No, it's not, sir.
Fake news.
No, it's not.
It was real news, but the New York Times decided to cover it up. They wanted Joe Biden to reach the finish line, which he did. I mean, it wouldn't make a difference in Colorado. Colorado is not
But
Trump country.
Is there any other sources you have? Because the New York Times only lies. So how
Well,
can
this-
we trust
this-
them this time?
Well, this came from Fox. Well, this comes from Fox News, but the New York Times is the one that's saying Hey, we covered it up. We did it. We admit this.
I can't believe they did that. Actually,
An outrage.
yeah, you're making yourselves look bad. You do.
But
you're
they
supposed to
always,
lie.
but they always, but
It's
they
an
always,
outrage, Don.
but the New York Times was always an activist paper. They just knew how to do it with class and lots of words.
Class.
Use your words.
Yeah, lots of
Class.
them. Speak softly, speak intelligently, and the people will be eating out of your hand.
Yeah.
Back to it, Don.
Well,
You're on a roll.
You're on
now I'm on a roll. But, I mean, and Mark Levin's books on freedom of the press, basically, he kind of exposed, he basically kind of pointed out how the New York Times covered up certain stories in the past and actually covered for a certain figure in the 1930s and 40s and basically let their own people suffer at the hands of this very person. And
So
yes,
that's 100 years ago.
yeah, but
That sounds like censorship. This is America.
yep. But they just don't want you to know that they
What
were,
else you got for us, Don?
They were for-
Okay, they
they
lied
were for-
about Joe Biden's son. He's a piece of shit. What else you got?
Edit
He's
that.
a piece of shit. Yeah, we gotta take that out.
Oh, the piece
Yeah,
of
Say
well-
shit like that.
Okay.
He's the president.
He's a piece of.
No, we can say
Single
that.
matter.
I was talking about editing my dumbass.
well, it's not. Well, I mean, it's not. We can't say that like we can say something about Adam Sandler's car.
Sandler's car.
Ode to my car.
As long as I don't say I'm gonna kill him, we're good.
You just did.
No, he didn't. He said as long as he
I
said he
don't
doesn't,
say. Exactly.
he's not gonna kill
That
anyone.
fucking Homeland Security.
I know you
down here.
won't, but I'm just saying. Be careful.
That's one way to get famous.
Yeah.
What else you got for us, Don? On the off.
Fire should just be the guy in the back.
Exactly. You
Just
always
shout
need
and
that.
shit.
You always
Shout
need the
shit.
off camera. You always need the off camera voice. Everybody. Joe Rogan has this shit. Some his producers off
Yeah.
camera. And you just fucking shout shit. Hey man, would you look up such and such? Let's go. What else you got?
Well, the other big thing is that
fucking liars, man.
Well,
you fucking lied about Joe
I want to do.
Biden.
I did. Here's a sports story I definitely want to deal with,
Which one?
and it's the transgender named Leah Thomas
I watched her this morning. Yeah,
Who's
or
that?
him.
or him. Yeah.
It was a guy that is now a female, and
They.
she's swimming like
Oh, who beat the other chicks?
yeah,
Exactly.
That's
Set
bullshit.
world
Come on,
records
man.
and stuff.
Why are we even talking about this?
Because
Because a fucking man who competed against women, they chopped his dick off. He's still a man. Okay?
Yeah.
That's. But here's the point.
Ridiculous.
There was this one woman who was swimming one of her favorite events, and it was her final year. She got clipped because this person got into the mix.
Yeah,
It
man.
does affect.
It is. It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. They should not be allowed to compete. There should be a rule in the fucking
How
NCAA.
did-
If you're born,
professional
Go
sports.
against the men.
If you're born
That-
with a
that's
dick,
why
you
they
gotta
have men and
compete with
women.
men.
if you
So,
want
yeah.
to, if you
Go
want to
against
be
the men.
somebody else, fine. But you compete with the gender you were originally
assigned-
born with.
right.
You were originally
Oh,
born.
Don,
Exactly.
What?
is it a man or a woman?
It's a man who
No.
wants to be a woman.
Nope.
I
One
think that's a
question:
ridiculous.
man or a woman?
Next story. This is common sense. That she should
I'm
not
just-
be. He should not be competing with no
My-
fucking chicks.
My thing
He's a
is,
man!
I'm so
Exactly.
perplexed.
Yeah,
I'll
by
tell you what
how-
I'm more
Man.
pissed off about. You guys know about this show X on the Beach? There's a show on MTV called X on the Beach. And there's a goddamn transsexual on there that they're trying to pass off as a chick and have people looking at the commercials, at the ads for it. And you know, like if you're not, what do you call it, savvy to that shit, to picking up fucking hints of, you know,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you'll get sucked in, and there's chicks. I'll tell you, I'll bring it, and then I do the little research on him, her, they,
Yeah.
and turns out that his original stardom was on this show called Botched, because he was an internet star, and I'm just like, I see where they're going with all this.
So I'm wondering how women's rights went from going for women's rights to men's rights now. What in the hell is
Well,
going
here's-
on?
I'll tell you what's really going on. It's
Is
never.
he-
It was
he or
never.
she voting?
It was never about equality, boys. It was never about equality.
Boys.
It was about power.
It was about power,
What's wrong with this guy?
and it was about sexual
No, no.
liberation. It
Well,
was and decriminalization of certain sexual taboos. That's what it's.
Decriminalization.
Yeah,
Shame on you.
because that's well. Why I look at some of these feminists that, especially the freedom from religion types, they're always focused on abortion and they're always focused on LGBTQ. They're not. That's their only focus.
Fast
All
time.
right,
Fast
moving
time.
on though.
But there's,
Moving
but,
on,
but,
moving
but,
on.
but,
Wait.
but here's something else. Nobody else is bringing this up. Now, I don't know if Leah Thomas deliberately lost or if Taylor Ruck has masculine traits to actually beat someone like that, but she actually beat. But Taylor Ruck from Stanford actually beat Leah Thomas in the 200 freestyle.
Hey,
You know what we're
news.
going
And nobody
for?
else is
Did you
talking
hear
about
about,
this.
You know
Russell
what we're
Wilson
going
coming
for
to the
when I see
Broncos?
happening?
I heard that.
Day
I
of
heard
the
that.
dissolution of gender
gave a lot
difference
out.
of competitive
Yeah,
sports when it's
yeah.
just going to
First
be male and
rounders.
female competing on the same
And
playing.
Noah Fant, who was first rounder. Traded
They
away.
want to. That's the end game too. Abolish
Russell
gender.
Wilson. That's all we need.
So I've always known him
We
as
already
like
got
a,
a
he's
nucleus.
like a short range shotgun type
No,
of
he's
guy.
got an arm, bro.
He's got an arm, but he don't ever deliver.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
What is
does.
this? What are you talking about?
He's got a Super Bowl ring.
What are you talking
He
about?
delivers.
Russell?
Yeah,
Russell
that
Wilson.
one year.
Oh man, don't talk shit
One
about
year.
Russell.
Every
One
year,
year.
bro. He's there.
Russell
He got
Rudd
what?
is a
It's
bad
not easy
boy.
to win a Super Bowl.
We're about to do some shit.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? All those draft picks we gave up, we didn't really need them because we got young
Listen, man.
receivers,
How the hell
young
did you go
defensive.
from?
I mean, we got a good nucleus. Every game we lost last year was
Well, I guess
because
that
the
was a good
quarterback didn't do
transition.
his job. And Russell Wilson has always been a winner.
He's a winner. Give you that.
Came out young. Rockies tried to draft him in baseball in the first round, and that's kind of ironic because he's coming back to Denver. He was sort of indecisive what he wanted to do.
Right.
Go
Denver's
Broncos!
Denver's gonna get a ring this year.
Maybe not this year.
All right.
Hopefully. Soon though. Soon.
Might take a year to.
All right, what else you got for us?
Well,
Niggas
What
done?
you got? What you got?
Well,
What you got?
those are the big stories I wanted to cover. And before we move on to Ron's thing, getting back to, like I said, swimming, just to remind people, because nobody is really saying a lot about this. They're also focused on Leah Thomas, and it's not a clean sweep. But like I said, as I stated earlier, Taylor
No
Ruck
clean
did
sweep.
beat out a real woman, maybe someone with masculine traits. I also think that maybe Katie Ledecky, who's turned professional, has masculine traits. But
You realize you're gonna have enemies in the LGBTQ.
I'm going to have
Alright,
enemies.
I know it.
But so does Caitlyn / Bruce Jenner, who's actually
Well, and
speaking
that's a
out
lot of this
against
shit. Don't talk about
all
Bruce
this
Jenner
happening.
either.
But you know what? Even though Bruce,
He was
He's
like my
doing
first
that.
hero fire.
he's still a.
I mean,
it's,
I was
it's
like
still
in
a sin.
third grade,
It's still
second
not.
grade.
Wheaties box,
Okay.
bro.
But he's
Wheaties
still-
box, Bruce Jenner.
I
He
mean,
may be
he-
going in the
Drive
right
him
direction.
to the high jump and say,
Politically,
Yeah.
I mean, politically on
Yeah,
this,
Chuck the
he's
Spear.
right or
Yeah.
she's
The
right.
javelin throw.
Javelin, man.
You can't-
All that shit.
They
You
did
can't call
three things.
one-
What they do? High
he-
jump,
One girl
javelin,
man.
shot put, maybe.
No,
Maybe,
it's
probably
maybe,
a
maybe
race.
I feel like a girl,
Yeah,
but you
race
know
thing.
what?
I think they ran a
If you're
marathon.
born this
too.
way, you
yeah,
should not
he was,
be.
He was a,
There should be
relay
sports
runner.
events not
No,
open
he
to
won
you.
the
400.
triathlon.
Yes.
He run the
That's what I'm
triathlon, that too.
He won
It's
it.
just that Jenner just has issues of his own,
The first American ever to win.
and he's not trying to push those issues on the
Now
rest
he's
of
in
us.
it too.
I would be.
I gotta stop
I am
using that
open
word.
to
Edit
like a
that.
transgender
Edit that.
Olympic or
They.
something. You know, just a,
Yeah,
a
they,
set
they're
sport.
different.
Yeah,
But
well,
I used to like Bruce
but
Jenner.
again,
All
you
right,
know,
bring it
the-
back, people. Bring it back to center.
the
Where
good
we
news
at?
is Leah Thomas is not a clean sweep. But enough about politics and controversy in sports.
Chicks with dicks.
Yeah,
I have
Ron.
something.
Ron. Well, what do you got?
Well, no,
I can't
let's
wait
get
for
Ron.
Ron. I can't wait for Ron to tell us.
Let's go.
I really don't know what to tell.
About your daughter. We want. We you
Met
definitely.
my daughter last week. A week ago yesterday. 8 days ago.
Was she just born?
No, she's 18 years old.
18 years old.
Came out from Minnesota. Meet her dad, meet her brother. her Uncle Fire, my whole family out
You're
there.
your family now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you didn't meet her.
I'm
huh?
not.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you are. You should have met her.
Yeah.
Vic met her.
Yep. Still a child.
Yeah.
Still a child, 18
But
years
a
old.
good girl.
She'll be
Good girl.
a special guest soon.
That would
She's
be
about to graduate high school, but she'll be back out here, I'd say, in probably mid-July at the very latest.
So
Awesome.
and we're looking.
That
We're
would be
looking.
the good days.
So
and
we're
we're
going there.
Oh, okay.
Me and Jeremiah, I don't know if Fire's going or not, but
Come on.
yeah, we're going to a graduation. Graduate high school
In Minnesota, that's gonna be
in
awesome.
Minnesota in the summertime, where they got 10,000 lakes and nothing but fish.
We're going on a VIP tour
Oh,
of Prince's
man, I
Mansion,
envy
bro.
I'm gonna pack my cane pole and that's it.
You heard?
That's
We're
all
going
I
on a
say.
VIP tour of
Lucky
Prince's
son of a
Mansion,
bitch.
dude.
You
On
lucky
the
son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
A lot of fishing
Singing
out
in
there.
the purple
I
rain.
mean, I like river fishing.
I hate river fishing. It was crazy.
So my
I like top water. You know, little spoons or something.
flies. When you got a cane
What
pole,
up, bro?
you're gonna have nothing but
Yeah.
flies anyway. You got like
No, as a matter of fact, I haven't spoken to him
a
yet.
15
This was just,
foot pole
hit me back
with
there.
20 pounds of leader line. You got 35 feet to work with,
Right.
Yeah.
and you got a pair of weight. I got a nice set of neoprene waders. You wear it to your hair.
Nice.
Just watch out there.
Oh yeah.
Find you a nice rock.
Let me clarify. I hate fast moving rivers. Those are the
Now they're
worst.
fun too. Now they're the best.
Oh man.
They really are.
Yeah,
I
but
hate
That's
them.
where all the smart fish hide.
I can take you to some gold medal shit, dog. Gold medal fishing shit.
That's all I do is gold medal.
Hour and a half right up the road. Seriously.
Okay.
yeah, but tell us about the week you got to spend.
Well,
You gotta tell us.
we bowled. I sucked. But you didn't go bowling with us, did you? No.
Look,
I probably would have won.
That whole week wore you out.
Wore me out. It was a long week.
Ron ain't been out the
Rock
house so much since 1999.
I mean, how often have you ever bowled before?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I did some bowling myself.
I could always break 100, but for some reason I couldn't do better than 53 in 2 games. And we went to the zoo.
It
Now,
was
and
the
now,
worst.
now, now,
which is
now
nice.
tell us about the zoo. I
In
mean,
Pueblo, right? No,
No, right
Cheyenne.
here, Cheyenne Mountain Zoo.
That
One
was
of-
a good
Best
one.
zoo in the world.
They got
Gotta
the.
visit it.
They just
Baby
put in,
hippos.
They just
well,
Just
tell
had
us,
a
tell,
baby
well,
hippo.
tell us a little more about.
Really?
Tell us a little more about that. That must
They
have
got a
been.
baby hippo. They got a bunch of staff. Like you said, I told you, Fire, I've been to the zoo a lot, and when I walked in that gorilla cage and seen them one orangutan had his face like braced up against the glass.
Yeah, they didn't look happy.
one of the times I went.
They were sad.
One of the times I went, the chimpanzee, or was it the gorillas? I don't know. It was one of the monkeys, and they were just masturbating right there.
They're disgusting.
Right.
They're uncivilized.
Imagine if you were in a glass box all day.
Yeah.
Look, we used to do that.
And you weigh 800 pounds. It was
No
funny.
problem.
One of the gorillas had his butt pressed up against the glass, and the kids are all trying to make fun. I said, "Don't make fun of him. It's the one-eyed gorilla.
It's the the brown-eyed gorilla.
The one-eyed gorilla.
What do you mean one eye? Literally one eye?
No,
His
he had
butt
his butt,
up against-
his bunghole
Oh,
was pressed up against the glass, and the kids were laughing at it, and I was like, "Don't laugh at him. It's the one-eyed gorilla."
I don't think they believe. I don't think they believe you.
They laughed at that too.
They might find it funny, but they know it wasn't the one eye.
It was
They-
kind of obvious, Don.
They kind of know. They kind of
One of
know.
those specials.
They kind of
Victor
know who they
Special.
are as a person, inside out, more or less.
And then we went to a kind of similar, aren't you, Vic? Cocksucker.
Probably.
Gotta edit that. Can't say cocksucker.
Why not? That's not politically correct.
You can't say that on the air, though. You
You
He's
can.
right.
Curse.
You can.
Well,
It just limits your audience
say-
they can view it.
can't say that on AM, FM, or TV, though.
And then I'm gonna let Fire explain the trip.
You're
Our
not on
special
AM,
guest
FM.
to Garden
I know.
Gods.
You're not on AM.
Oh,
FM. You can say anything you want.
Let's guard the gods. Wait.
You,
Oh,
you never
geez.
been to Garden of the Gods? John?
I've been there many times.
Garden of the Gods, exactly what I said it is. It's Garden of the Gods. It's like the most beautiful place, definitely in Colorado.
That's where
You've
Maybe
never
not
been there,
definitely.
Don? You
That's
grew
where the
up here
Kissing
and never been to
Camels are.
Colorado?
I've been. I said I've been
The
there
Rock.
many times.
The Balancing Rock.
Oh yeah, dude, that one's scary though.
Me and
I see
Jeremiah stood.
motherfuckers up there underneath.
Yeah,
it pushing
that's
it.
what
I'm
we
like,
did. Me and
nah,
Jeremiah stood up there, and Sydney sat on top. And we're sitting there like
hell,
holding it
yeah.
up.
That rock's gonna fall on somebody.
Come to Colorado,
Or
see
the
us.
blade.
Make sure you see Garden of the Gods. They got horseback. They got all kinds of stuff.
Yes, they
Everything.
do.
Bring a lot of money because
But
they ain't cheap.
but
either.
believe it or
We,
not,
we were up there rock climbing about a month ago.
They don't let you climb a lot of the rocks anymore.
We were at, I think it was called Kindergarten Rock or Gray Rock.
We climbed a lot of rocks so far.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, I wouldn't say big ones, but decent sized rocks.
we were talking about the zoo and
The zoo.
yeah.
And maybe some fishing in Minnesota
Yes,
with a cane pole.
man,
How good is she?
I'd be in
Do
heaven.
you know how good your daughter is at fishing?
Probably not
Very good. She's
Yeah.
still
She's a girl.
very young and
She's a
wants
girl.
to do other
She's a girl.
things.
Really? Is that all you could say?
I took her out a couple times though.
Some girls like
Not
fishing.
yet this year.
And others don't. Okay, that's fair.
I'm
She'd
pretty
rather
sure.
dance.
I'm pretty sure in Colorado, the fishing season renews in April 1st.
Okay, is she? Does she?
Fishing season's all year long.
Well,
does she
the year past.
January 1st.
does,
yeah.
I mean, when you say she danced, does she really want to do it as a career, or just
No,
do it for fun?
she did it growing up.
A drill team or something like that in a high school or something?
Like just dance class.
And what kind of dancing? Hip hop, tap dance,
Like
ballet?
sort of classical.
Like jazzy.
Jazzy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Throwing their legs up.
Yeah.
So it wasn't hip hop and pop
No.
kind of dancing.
I got some videos we'll post one day for dancing. And ballerina stuff too.
So it's the classical
Pirouettes.
stuff. So the classical stuff. Like Nutcracker.
Bad word, Don.
Nutcracker?
It feels bad.
Nutcracker.
That's only because you got that nutcracker over at the
I
shed.
think I sold it last week.
You did for 10,
Yeah,
didn't
I
you?
got 10 for it.
Come on. If that becomes a bad word, you're going to destroy a Christmas tradition.
They don't care.
As in,
It's not a bad word.
as in
Just
Tchaikovsky's
The
The Nutcracker.
the effect. Depending, I mean,
Don't ruin.
Chelsea had a different version of the Nutcracker. It grew into something else.
Don't
Something
ruin.
a lot
Don't
more
ruin the
vicious.
Nutcracker for so many families. It's a holiday tradition.
Happy
that everybody-
Christmas.
Happy Christmas is so stupid.
Happy Christmas.
Christmas has
Happy
come early because he
holidays.
said
Happy
so.
Christmas.
Christmas has come early because of Ron.
Ron's always got Christmas over here.
I always try.
So
Always
did
try.
Frank Sinatra in Pocket Full of Miracles. That little ditty.
Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah.
You're the lead man on the Don and Ron show.
Just the producer.
You know.
You guys are the lead man.
Yeah.
I haven't said much today. I do want to
Yeah,
talk about
For
how
some reason. Come on, Beck.
I do want to talk about how we're getting back to being racist against Russians. Just not. It's not the citizens' fault. It's not the Russians' fault that Putin decided to invade Ukraine. And there's people. There's someone in Australia, Oleg or something. Some old lady millionaire. She's got a mansion, and these people just took over it. They and the police aren't doing anything about it. Just the remarks I hear on
You
the
got
daily
something to say about Russia.
Russians, it's ridiculous. We're getting back to World War II, where we put Japanese people in internment camps.
I sure hope
It's a vicious cycle, and it's starting again with Russians now.
there are some elements I agree with you, but right now, as far as I'm understanding it, I mean, okay, yesterday Putin put on this great speech for everybody to see, which was kind of reminiscent of 1930s Germany. But I don't think Putin is at that level just yet.
No, and I find it weird that our news broadcasts are so
Anti-Russian?
No, they're so consumed by Putin's mental status. Like, what is that going to do for us? Even if we do think he's crazy, nothing. Not a
I don't think he's crazy.
No, I think he's a genius. and
He's
I
a
hate him for
patriot
it. I hate him
for
for
his
it.
country. And I'm not saying that I love Putin. He's a punk. But he loves Russia, and he thinks he's bringing back Russia's old glory. And I mean, even during the Tsars, Ukraine was annexed by Russia. Even in the time of the Tsars.
Yeah.
So Putin feels he's taking back what belongs to the mama bear. The mama bear being Russia. And it doesn't matter if it's red or wine blue and all that. That bear is still the bear.
You're the bear down.
I only hope. Well, I'm the bear.
You're the bear.
But I'm talking about the Russian bear.
The Russian bear.
The Russian bear can be
Right,
just as
right now, that would be Putin.
well. That's the whole country.
No, right now it'd be Putin.
Yeah, but it was before that. It was Yeltsin and then Gorbachev and
Ugh.
all those.
You know what?
You
About
know what?
Russia right now, we got an American. I don't know. I watch sports news, so you probably know who Brittany Griner is, Fire.
Yes,
Yeah, she was
that could be a canary in the coal mine if
She's
Putin's
a
not.
WNBA player.
Yeah, she's
And a lot of the girls go play in Russia in the off season. And she went over there and played basketball.
Oh, yeah,
They're not-
I know you're talking
Yeah,
Oh,
about.
yes.
she took some hash oil with her.
yes.
Oh,
You know,
no.
a little vape pen.
Oh my god.
And she's been in jail for like 60 days. And they detained her till May 19th.
Good God.
That's fucked up,
I mean,
bro.
and in the moment,
I know
Right
people-
now-
I got several friends.
Right
who got
now,
locked up in
a
Japan
black
for that.
American woman shouldn't be in a Russian prison.
Yeah, they're gonna
Mhm.
negotiate her release.
no doubt
Oh,
about
we're
it.
playing-
That, I mean,
Well,
that's
she
what's
is a
going to
canary-
get us involved.
she
They
is a
don't let her
canary-
go. I mean, they got to let her go, bro.
Yeah, she's a
What
We'll
canary.
take care of
America?
her. We'll take care of her.
The trouble is,
If Biden
You know?
doesn't fight for her, she's an American dude. We're
Biden
gonna,
had
we're
said,
gonna lose our
Biden
She
had
minds.
must-
said one word about
Biden
it.
No,
must
you
fight.
know why?
They talked about
You
her
know
on
why?
ESPN.
I'll tell you why, bro. Because that
How
is
worthless.
a criminal offense in their country, and
It is.
you can't say that
Yeah.
just because you play
And she's
sports
not
that you're
saying-
subject to.
She's
the
not
laws.
saying I'm not guilty.
Ignorance of the law is not
She's not
an
ignorant.
excuse.
look at Stacy Keach and where he was.
If you know the whole
arrested.
story, it wasn't just that either. She got buzzed. Like, I got friends, dude, that travel all over because of the music business, go all over the world and take weed with them. Two of my friends got popped at different times in Japan and had to fucking serve prison sentences.
She
Well,
spent
and
90
They
days
spend
already.
years in prison for marijuana
You
in
know?
those countries.
And of course, Stacy
And she ain't
Keach.
caused no trouble.
Remember Stacy Keach?
I mean, I guarantee she's getting trouble put on her, you know, for who she is.
But again, it's not something that you can turn into an international incident when a single person,
But it is, Fire.
then a single person just takes it upon themselves to commit an illegal offense, which is, in their eyes, smuggling drugs.
Yeah.
Hey, it's bullshit. You
But
know,
she
the
wasn't
fucking
smuggling,
Vladimir
she was
Putin's got a
smoking.
goddamn 3 rail cars fucking heading across goddamn Russia full of cocaine and heroin and shit.
Well, he's got a lot more to worry about than that girl right there, is all I'm saying.
And this reminds
Let
me.
her go. We'll take care of her.
Yeah.
Set her out for
I
the
mean-
season.
Well, now that's a
Find
good-
her.
now you guys, that's quasi politics there, but what do you think about all that stuff? You know, like what's going to happen? Is this guy's going to turn into some nuclear?
Could it be a
stuff?
canary? Could it be a canary in the coal mine? It's a possibility.
She's
Anything,
American.
anything could spark it at this point.
And she's a famous American. I've known about Brittany. She's
But
I think
she's not
34,
being held for
35.
political reasons. bro.
Exactly.
Right now she
committed
is.
a crime,
But
and she paid the price.
not by their law. She could do like 6 years for that. I think
yeah,
She's an American though, man.
6 or 10 years. Yeah, that shit doesn't mean shit when you
You
go.
gotta
other
mix in
countries.
somewhere.
But I
bro.
mean, but saying if it's played, if it plays out the wrong way, then she is a canary in the coal mine. Which I hope it's just doesn't become that. you know.
I hope that also.
A whole lot of other things. that we
But-
got.
That said, yes, she broke the law. She was under their laws, not our laws. And
I'm a marijuana activist. Would I be stupid enough to fucking take weed into goddamn Russia?
I
Hell
don't
no.
think so.
But I
Not
mean,
to mention,
Russia.
she probably got it there. I wouldn't be surprised if she got it
Probably
right
picked it
in
up
Russia. Like
outside the
somebody,
airport.
yeah,
Right.
somebody. I'm sure there's a black market there that has everything. Are you kidding me? They got fucking vape pens.
We
there.
got it here.
Yeah.
They got it there.
yeah. But of course,
Everywhere. Like,
I wasn't
They're
playing
like,
talk-
where did you get it? She's like, from some dude on the corner. Bullshit. You brought it with you. Like, no.
I wasn't planning on talking to us about this, but I remember when Stacy Keach was in trouble in some other country, and I think it may have been drug possession or all that.
Mhm.
He had to serve his time, and then ultimately he was able to come back to the United States.
Hey man.
I mean, if you don't
It's
know Stacy
unfortunate, but-
Keach, he played Mike Hammer on TV during the 1980s.
You can't be stupid, man.
Mike Hammer, remember the
Mickey
TV
Spillane
show?
and Stacy Keach.
Yeah.
Only Donald would know.
Fire nose.
Ever watched Mike Hammer?
Mhm.
Yeah, but I guess it
And
started
Fire,
Stacy
of course.
Keach. And during that time, he was in trouble with some other.
Mickey Spillane's
Yeah.
Mike Hammer.
Yeah, but Stacy Keach was in trouble in some other country. That didn't exactly help
I think they last show. this
Mike
show,
Hammer become a good
Sort of
long term show
in the one
on
show.
that. On
We'll have a
that.
decent show.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. We
You understand
definitely
what I
need.
mean?
Yeah.
I'll have
yeah,
to I'll have
do
to
it.
bring it up sometime, and I'll
do it
go
like that.
over it on a future episode.
I'm thinking last time,
All right.
this time,
Tell you my
Who are?
experience with a fucking bunch
Who
of
are?
Russians.
Russians.
the Ruskies.
True story, man. I used to live in South Beach in
I
Florida.
gotta cut that.
Right?
Russians are authoritarians.
I should write a book.
We're still
So I used to live in South Beach in Florida.
We're still recording.
And,
on.
oh, it's okay.
Start over.
Statute of limitations have already run out. Don't worry about it. So, I used to work at this restaurant down there that was owned by the mob. And I meet these two Russian guys who were very model-esque, like
We're not saying we're affiliated.
really, really like model-looking dudes. Tall, dark-haired dude, looked kind of Christopher Reeve, Superman-ish, and then a shorter, blonde-haired guy. I can't remember their names right now. They'll come back to me. But anyway, come to find out, they were professional shoplifters. And we used to go into high-end stores like Neiman Marcus and Saks Fifth Avenue and steal Armani suits, right? They spoke with accents. They were spoke with Russian accents, but they were like models, dude. I mean, like chiseled.
Do every
fucking-
day, like rock.
And then one of them was married to a woman who,
Shut the fuck up.
Constantine. That was the blonde-headed dude's name. Constantine, and I forget the other guy's name.
Sir, dude,
So
yeah, I was
anyway,
thinking about that actually.
These
That's a lot.
guys used to steal Armani
I
suits
like that.
and then go back and return them
When
and
I
get
post
the money
video,
for
I'm
them.
gonna say,
And an Armani
tell us
suit
what
back
you
then was
want
like
to hear about, what you
$1,800.
want us to talk about.
Hey, you guys
I
aren't
want to
listening to my
eventually
story.
get to the. Sorry.
My Russian story.
Yeah.
So this is a true story. Why I don't like Russians? Fuck the commies. I think they're smarter than everybody. So these guys used to fucking steal Armani suits and go take them back. Back then they were like $1,800 for a suit. So they'd walk into these high-end stores, go into the dressing room. They had this whole thing worked out. There were three of them. It was the two of them and the wife. So I get to know them. I was working in a restaurant selling pot out the back door.
Okay.
And and I leave South Beach, come back, and I happen to have 12 pounds that I need to get rid of.
Oh,
Weed. Back then, it was going for about $1,200 a pound. This was like commercial shit. So these dudes say that they know somebody who wants to buy it.
Was it bricked up or nuts?
No, it was nuts. It was like what basically
Oh,
what
okay,
you see
okay.
here, like outdoor, like fucking
Okay.
greenhouse weed. So they're like, yeah, we know somebody who wants it. Okay. So I set the whole thing up. There's a very famous hotel on the boardwalk on the beach in South Beach called Mangoes, and they have live bands like salsa bands and shit like that that play in the courtyard of this motel. It's like a whole motel. So anyway, I get a room in there, and these guys, that's where this whole deal's supposed to go down. So I'm sitting in the hotel room with weed, and it's on the second floor, and the band is playing down here. It's like 10 o'clock at night. So my brother, I leave him outside, and I'm like, look, man, I don't know if these guys are up to something. So if I don't come out and open the door in 15 minutes, if I don't come out and stand out on the balcony of the hotel and look over the balcony to the bar where he was sitting waiting, come in. And he had a key. It was a card key. So they come in, and the first thing that I noticed is that they weren't carrying anything. So, you know, for that much money, you'd have to have a bag, you know, like shit, just a couple stacks, you know what I mean? So they were, I'm like, it's Florida. These motherfuckers just had on like shorts and shit. And I'm like, where's the fucking money? Right away, I just get a bad feeling. Long story short, my brother winds up having a fucking key in, catches him by surprise. He had a fucking snub nose 44, and we wound up fucking stuffing those two motherfuckers under the bed and telling them motherfuckers don't goddamn move. Walked out of there, took my fucking duffel bag with the weed, closed the door. Fuck Russians.
The moral of the story.
Fuck Russians. Can't trust them. Motherfuckers think this smart.
Yeah, that part.
Didn't
yeah.
know that about me, huh, Ron? Yeah, I was a fucking major criminal back in the 80s, bro. Probably wouldn't have liked me much.
Probably
I don't
not.
think you were a harmful person. Harmless, yeah.
I was very
Well,
I've done
sometimes
a lot of harm to.
very
I don't know. I think if we all met in that time, I don't think we would like each other like we do now.
That's
No,
why
this
we're
is-
here now.
Exactly.
It's a brand new
Exactly.
day.
It takes
And we
years
all respect each other's
of opinions.
views and opinions. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, let me say this. You said 89, right?
Huh?
You said 1989, right?
1989, what? When that
You were-
happened?
yeah.
That was. Let me think. No, that was probably like 1993.
Make sure it's in the statute.
Yeah, you know, I was starting college then, and I was not as much, and I was a little immature.
83? You
No,
weren't
93.
93.
93, I was going to say, yeah.
I was in fourth grade when I was in 83. I was
That's what
in
I was
fourth
going to
grade.
say.
In 93, I was starting college, and I was not as mature as I was now.
Jeez, in '99 I was in kindergarten.
I'd like to say he's came a long way, but I really can't say that.
Now you know why he's a producer.
Come a long way, baby. Oh, Sydney's gonna be your millennial. She's gonna be your millennial reference.
How's that?
Cause everything that you want to know, like, what do millennials think? Like,
Right.
Sydney? Shit.
TikTok. That's what they think.
Huh.
TikTok.
If it ain't on TikTok, it ain't real.
Exactly.
Oh
And
my
you won't,
God.
you won't be seeing us on TikTok.
Never.
Never.
We are real.
We
That's-
don't
that-
conform
that's-
to China.
Well, that's why we're on YouTube, and that's why we're on Rumble.
And
Oh
you
my
might
God.
find us on ABC one day if you're lucky.
I got a picture that I drew at work.
I can't
Because I
wait.
don't do much at work, apparently.
But he works.
Bad boy. Hey, you're blocking my. I don't want to see your butt.
Chinese clowns.
Chinese clams. You know what? I've had those before.
I said clowns.
Clowns. Sorry, I
Hey,
got off
show
line.
me. I don't see it.
That's nice.
There you go.
I didn't know you were an RT Smith.
I'm not.
And
but
then the
you know
cloud.
exactly who those two people are, don't you? Joe Biden and Xi Jinping. Your pots and pans guy.
This
Biden sniffs chicks' hair.
He does. He sniffs kids' hair.
new meaning to send in the clowns. There ought to be clowns.
There's always clowns, Don.
Always clowns.
Come on,
There's always one in the room.
it's.
I don't care what room you're
I'm
in.
talking about the song that was popularized by Judy Collins.
I'm just
But I
saying.
prefer Frank Sinatra. And the Joker movie got it right by using Frank Sinatra's Send in the Clowns. There ought to be clowns,
Good old Frankie.
but don't sing too much or they're gonna ask for royalties, and we're not there just yet.
But we will be,
Yeah, we will be.
as will you.
Amen. So what else? Is that it?
You know, guys, I want you to tell us what you want to talk about, what you want us to talk about in the comments, please.
Yes.
I'll have a
Please.
number for you to call in on next time we get online.
If we ever do this live.
Doing it live right now, Don.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time, folks.
And by the way, before we go, remember to subscribe to our pages, both on YouTube and Rumble. And if you're on YouTube, ring the bell to get all the notifications. Rumble doesn't have a bell, but subscribe to it anyway.
And ring that bell.
And
Rumble doesn't have a bell, though.
we're not going to try
We
to
do it
remind you
anyway.
too much.
Yeah, we
though.
do it anyway. That's right.
Ring that bell.
We're not going to remind you too much.
We'll see you soon, folks.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.